everyone, welcome back to the Family One podcast. I'm here with my sidekick Denny.
Hi, hello. I feel happy today.
You have been so much during like the pre-recording things. You have been a lot. So I don't know how this podcast is gonna go today. I'm shaking my whole desk. I'm
I
just
said,
trying to get
Viva Las
Las Vegas.
Vegas. Viva Las Vegas.
Okay, who put a bet on 15 seconds before we started singing? Yeah,
You were
well,
singing
we're
it.
here to talk about the Las Vegas Grand Prix. I was gonna say the Viva Las Vegas Grand Prix, but yeah, we were pretty harsh on it on our last episode, and I stand by some of my points. I still stand by it. The I think we can say the race was great, but you can like something and still criticize it.
Yeah, yeah.
So here's a Las Vegas review because it was. I don't know how to describe it. Weekend. It was a roller coaster. Let's say that because it didn't start great, did it?
Oh, I see. I feel something in my hole.
What the fuck?
Oh, yeah. I think it's a man.
Do you feel something in your manhole? Ew! Ew! That's so gross.
Uh,
That's
wow.
disgusting.
I will use a cover now. No worries.
You know what's so funny? The way he asked me before the recording. What was it? A manhole cover or what was
Or
it?
a well hole cover,
Yeah, and he was
drain
just
cover.
asking me so he could make this stupid joke. This was a planned joke. This was planned, and that makes me feel weird. But okay, yeah, it didn't start great because we had FP1, which lasted probably a whopping 9 minutes.
Yeah, great.
Yeah,
Dangerous.
it was so dangerous. So what happened is 9 minutes into the practice, which car was it? Carlos Sainz drove over a manhole or drain cover. I'm still not sure what it was, and it damaged his car. And
In Dutch, it's called a putdeksel.
Pixel,
A putdeksel.
it's so ugly. It's such an ugly word in Dutch.
in,
Well, yeah,
in in French, it's a
Put-
putdeksel.
c'est putain d'Exel.
For the French-speaking guys, so sorry.
I'm not. So yeah, Carlos Sainz drove over like a cover and it damaged his car, and it was bad because they realized like, oh, we have to stop the practice because this track is dangerous. So they had to fix that. I sent you a picture like a few days ago about how they fixed it. It looked like you thought it was a joke when I sent you it with like the asphalt on top of it. You thought it was a joke.
Yeah, I thought it was a joke. Yes, was it
Uh,
a joke?
No, that was how they fixed it. They just put like a shit ton of asphalt on it. It was weird, but it worked, I guess, but it took hours. They took hours.
I fixed it.
You saw that musical and you loved it. You
Or
loved it.
maybe you can say people what we're talking about, right? About
Oh, we went to the we went to Six Musical a
Yeah.
few weeks ago, and there was this one
in
part
Rotterdam
in
near
Rotterdam.
near Feyenoord.
Uh, so we saw it, and there's this one part of the song. When I first saw it in 2019, I listened to the song once, and he kept bringing it up. It's like, I'm fixed as one of six, and now we got to see it live, and he keeps saying that. So if you hear that in the future, it's a reference to Six Musical.
Yeah, so they fixed.
Well, they fixed it, and they also fixed Carlos Sainz's car because they got, yeah, there was a lot of damage. Fred Vasseur said there was like millions of damage to the car.
Yeah, but he was still lucky, right?
Yeah, but I think it was Max who said in the interview that like for like like a second, Carlos Sainz couldn't feel his legs. So he was just very lucky to even like walk away from that. It's insane and it's so dangerous. And I think that really points out the biggest problem that I have with the Las Vegas Grand Prix. A lot of people were criticizing the track. I never really criticized the track. I said I thought they were made like weird changes, like weird decisions to the track. But I mostly, and I keep gonna do it, criticize the organization.
You know that I want to see the movie of the Hunger Games. What was it? Before the Hunger Games. So the
Yeah, it's a
movie which
sequel,
is
a prequel, yeah.
cool. Yeah. So this was also a prequel like this in
Yeah,
the
with the
beginning.
dome.
Yeah.
The
Oh my
sphere,
god.
like I really wish like after like people DNF they would have showed their pictures with like a cannonball like
Yeah. Funny.
it
Funny.
was so Hunger Game esque. Like even before practice started, they had like this thing where all the drivers came out of with elevators, came out of glass boxes. It was just the Hunger Games.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So
And
that,
the funniest thing that I think is that like F1 and all of the organization made like a joke about it, but in this analogy of this being Hunger Games, do they not realize that they're the capital and the capital are the bad people? Do
no.
they?
Well, you know, Max said that 99% was show and 1% was sportive, and his father punished him. Everybody was well punishing, slapping him on his bad ass.
What? I don't want to talk about Max's childhood because it makes me cry. So let's move on.
No, but the thing was also Dr. Marco said or something about it, but Horner said, "Well, Max is a little bit right, right?"
Yeah, it was like it was a show. It was yeah, we're gonna talk. I have like a whole thing written out about it because he said a lot this weekend. Uh, that was just one of the things he said. But yeah, back to Carlos' science car. He had like a lot of damage, which wasn't great. Yeah, Fred was very angry because they were forced to take a grid penalty, which I don't think it's fair.
Yeah, it is always difficult, right? He
Well,
had a new.
I think at
It was
least
a
they
new
shouldn't
car.
paid it. I think the FIA should have paid it. I don't
That
think they should
that
have.
that is the Belgium solution, right? So the Belgium compromise code.
You live in this country, so you better shut up before they kick you out. Yeah, so I get why Fred was angry. Yeah, I don't know. It was like a weird situation, and they took so long to fix it. They took like it was like supposed to be at
They
12.
fixed it.
It
One
was
of
supposed to be at
thing.
12 a.m. that the practice 2 was gonna start, but it didn't start until 2:30 a.m. Um, and one of the worst thing that happened was actually that the fans got kicked out of the track at 1:30 a.m. because they didn't have enough staff, which I think is so insane. Cause imagine like the they paid like at least a couple of $100 to be there, right? And they got to see cars drive for 9 minutes.
Well, it was round about $900
Ever.
average.
Jesus Christ. For
So
only Friday.
and then so for the practice, right? So
Jesus Christ.
so then divided by 9, it's $100 a minute.
Oh my god, they paid $100 a minute for to see the cars. That's actually insane.
Yeah,
Holy schnitzel.
without drinks. Uh,
I don't yeah, so I think that's where like the organization really fucked up. Cuz they also had the drivers drive for at 2:30 a.m. local time. 2:30 a.m. They were so tired. I think
it was
that's
AM means in the night, right? So
yeah,
for the people who don't
for
understand
the
what
European people, that's just
what
2:30,
what
not
Celeste is
14:30.
saying, but God, I can imagine because Celeste cannot count and she can watch.
Stop
She can
spreading
watch the.
lies. I can do math. You need to stop spreading these lies about me. I can do math.
She
I
doesn't know how what time. But anyway, so
shut
two
up.
thirty in the night.
Yeah, so I think that was like that's everyone was so tired and like the practices kept like getting delayed and shit. So that's also like I can't imagine how much chaos that is for a team. They had to work until 7 a.m. Some
Yeah.
of the people, which is awful. No one should have to do that. No one should have to do that. But one funny thing that happened is while they were waiting for practice to begin, is that Williams and Alpine played tic tac toe on Twitter. I showed you.
Yeah, that was.
It was so iconic. They were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, we're bored. Let's play tic tac toe."
Yeah.
That was so fun. But yeah, they had a 90-minute session, so they were done at like 4 a.m. Everyone's exhausting, and I just feel bad for the fans, because in the end, that's what it's all about, right? The people who watch the cars go around, they paid to be there, and they got 9 minutes of track time. And then the Las Vegas Grand Prix released a statement where they did not even apologize for what happened, but they said, if you paid $900, it's fine. You can get a $200 gift card for the gift shop.
Yeah.
I think that's totally fair. I think sure, 900, 200, that's basically the same, right?
And the gift shop is where?
At the track.
Yeah. So.
Oh, so the money basically goes back to them. Oh my god. I didn't even think about that. That's so stupid.
And if you don't have tickets for the next day, so you're stuck. So you have to go next year already to have your voucher back. My wife is calling it Faugier. So
Fauché?
when you Faugier, yeah, when you have your voucher back, then it's only valid for 360 days. So
Yeah, so it's not even valid until next year. So you're basically lost all your money if you only went on Friday. But they did get hit with a lawsuit.
Yeah, but they don't.
I don't know. I think people deserve their money back. So I agree with the lawsuit.
I think that
it's America, basically.
I think that the at the roulette.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it?
It's roulette table.
Yeah, but that you can bet, right?
The chips.
It's better the chips that you get a chip for $200.
So
you have to go to the casino, and you might double it, or you
lose it,
or you get 36 times. So that is where it's all about.
Yeah, that's Las Vegas, baby. Yeah,
so they called me in the evening, but I didn't take up because I thought, hey, 001, who can it be? And it was the FIA calling me. Danny, what shall we do? But anyway, it doesn't.
What?
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 Yeah, they asked me for help, right?
Oh no, because you want to start a gambling website. I forgot. I burned that out of my brain. Last episode, my dad wanted to start a gambling website, and I burnt that out of my brain. But oh god. So yeah, so they had the practice, then everyone had to do like interviews after the practice, so it was insane. And I can say that Max was the biggest hater this weekend. Yeah. He had so much to say. And not even Toto Wolff was safe. Because Toto Wolff actually really...
look at TikTok.
Yeah, look at our TikTok.
Where Celeste is... whoa, we didn't record it.
My light just turned on. So yeah.
TikTok. Where,
yeah, look at our TikTok.
Where you can see Celeste is doing Toto.
They'll see. Let's move on. Yeah, Toto Wolff was actually weird this weekend. He was like hardcore defending Las Vegas Grand Prix and telling people they shouldn't be criticizing it so much. And he was weird. And he also said this thing like, people in European time they aren't even watching. Bitch, I got up at 5 a.m. to watch everything.
Yeah, Toto's a little bit lost.
Yeah, he just looks depressed.
He is looking hardcore. But anyway, he was looking hardcore, but doesn't matter. Oh, porn.
Whoa, okay. So yeah, he was like saying weird stuff, and I think like one of the things that Max said, which is 100% true, is that Toto would have spoken much differently if it was a Mercedes that hit that manual cover.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he was defending it so hard, and for what? I don't know why he was being like it, but I didn't like it. Bring back old Toto.
Yeah,
Because,
maybe they are looking also for a new investor for next year, and they hope that Las Vegas, the
yeah, they
casinos, will
hope
help him out.
the sponsors are like, please.
Please, yeah. Right.
Well, yeah, it was weird, but yeah, disappointed in Toto. Then we had qualifying, which I don't know what I was expecting, but qualifying was something because both McLarens were out in Q1.
Yeah.
That that was so bad.
But that was already an how do you say? An sign of God.
Yeah, it was just a little preview of what was happening
Yeah,
during
I
the
think so.
weekend.
I think
What
so.
also happened in Q1 is that Ocon and Max Verstappen had this little back and forth between the two of them.
Yeah. Later on, I thought, if you want to, I will fuck you back. Something.
Yes, it was. It was like, oh, you mess with me, I mess with you back. But yeah, they don't like each other. I think.
No, no, no. But they are honest.
I think they had like a long history. Did you know that Max, like after a race or something, pushed Ocon and he got like fined by the FIA because of it? There was also Perez and Hamilton who got out in Q2, which was interesting because they are still they were at the time they were still in the title, like in the title fight, in the fight for second
Yeah.
place.
But however, I think it was the first time it was not Perez's fault.
Yeah,
I think
it was weird.
it
They
was a decision. It was a decision
hmm
of the team.
yeah,
Yeah.
it
But
was weird.
anyway,
I didn't
the car
understand
was
it.
not done broke. So the good thing is they save a car. So in the end, they save a lot of money, but not by not driving Paris on the track. So
Because you thought
they
it was gonna
earned
crash
money.
in Q3. What?
Well, if you look at where he is now at the number of crashes,
Oh, I
he's
don't.
number
Two,
two,
three,
two.
three.
One is Sargent,
I think
which
Magnus is also up there now.
Sargent, which drove by the way, and
A good qualifying.
we were for the first time, we were really supporting him.
Yeah. So beginning of this season, me and my dad did not like Logan Sargent. You want to know why? Because he is American and we are Europeans.
I'm
We
sorry, I'm Biden. I'm not a Trump fan, so don't come here with a drone. It's her. It is her age. I'm sorry. So,
please don't attack us. So yeah, we didn't like Logan Sargent because he was American. But
that was in the past. It was in the past.
that was when we first started watching this season, and then slowly and surely we started to feel really bad for him.
Sad.
We started to
Pity.
feel really
Pity.
bad. We pitied
Pity.
him so
Pity.
much. And then when he finally did well, we were cheering for him, and that's when we realized it was like,
And we
oh,
looked at each other. What the fuck?
yeah, we were like, oh shit, is this now?
Do
When did this
do I come
happen?
out of do I coming out of the closet or something like
As,
that? I, have to,
do I
I
have to
can't
come out as
imagine
a
how.
Logan Sargent fan?
I can
Yeah,
imagine how people feel then.
it was weird. It was weird, but yeah, he did a great qualifying because due to Carlos Sainz's penalty, he started P6. So that
Yeah,
was cool. That was cool. And then Ferrari had a 1-2 in qualifying. The Ferrari was really well on this track.
that was but
Uh,
hey, but you have to be honest. Leclerc is number one
yeah,
in having say first place.
yeah.
However,
I saw a tweet that was so funny. It was like name a more iconic duo, and it was like the graphic of Leclerc pole and then Verstappen winner.
yeah, but it's
It was like
always
name a
like that.
more iconic duo.
That is always like that. No, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. So yeah, they the Ferraris are great, but Max had a lot to say after in like the conference. He talked about, like you said before, that was 90% show and 1% sports event, and I totally agree with that. It was too much, and I think if you're going to organize such a big event, I think you should really focus onto why people are there and make sure that is good. So then afterwards you can add all the pizzazz. I think they really focused on the pizzazz more than on the sporting event of the sporting side of it. And I think that's where they went wrong cuz I will say it wasn't as bad as I think it was going to be, but the organization of the event was awful.
Yeah, yes. However, when you see total of points of the total event, I think it's positive, right? So
I think it's possible to make a good event, but they just didn't.
yeah, when we talk about the race later on,
Yeah, the
I
race,
mean, I mean, in the end, the track is good, so
the
you can
track is good,
pass
but I
and you
just
can.
don't. The organization was just awful. Max also said he didn't agree with Carlos's science penalty, and he also said one thing that I think really sums up what I am also feeling, is that the track lacks a lot of emotion and passion. That's what he's missing in Vegas. He said when I'm in the car and I'm in Spa, I can feel that from the fans. But in Vegas, people were just there to drink, and they weren't really there for the sport. He also said like there wasn't a lot to do for the fans, uh, to do with the sport. He said all fans could do was basically drink and gamble, and I think that really sums it up. Like it lacked passion and emotion for Formula One. It wasn't a concert to see your favorite artist. It wasn't this huge event that you had to be there. It was a Formula One race, and I think people really forgot that.
Yeah, drugs, sex, and rock and
Yeah, that's basically what most people were there for. But I am more for car, wheel, and room.
roll. For room. What? Oh, the Virgin Hotel.
Shut. No, no, we're not
Oh,
gonna do that. Um,
London.
I need to cry. Lastapa content. Are you familiar with Lastapa? Are you familiar with the term shipping? And I'm not talking about packages.
Drop shipping.
No. So basically, what shipping means, it's when people think two people would make a great couple or friendship, so they ship them and they decide to make a ship name. Like you had Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, they were Brangelina, and then you have Verstappen and Leclerc, and we get Lestappen.
Ah, let's stop. Let's
So
stop.
that's what shipping is. A lot of people love Lestappen, including me, and there was a lot of Lestappen content this weekend. There was a lot, because like there was this one really cute moment after the qualifying where Max said, this is a direct quote. I always thought I made it to F1, Charles. I always thought if I made it to F1, Charles would too. It's not a surprise for me that we're here together.
All together again.
Like that's so cute. That's
The
so.
tears stop falling, but nothing else matters
There
because
was
we
it
are
was cute.
together
Okay, please.
again.
You're so much.
Together
I'm gonna. Okay, so now I'm gonna do this alone. I deafened him, so he cannot hear me anymore, and I cannot hear him because I need a break. He is so much. Are you gonna be chill, or should I put you in jail again?
Chill, baby.
I'm gonna put you in jail if you don't stop being so much.
One for the money.
We good?
Jailhouse Rock.
No, 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 don't. There was also this really funny moment after like the race. It was in the debrief where Leclerc said, "I think the debriefs we had back in the day were a bit more tense." To which Verstappen replied, "Just an incident."
Yeah, just incident.
Nothing,
That's
just an incident on the race.
So Max still makes that reference. Max
Yes?
still knows that. Yeah, they also had like a TikTok from Red Bull where they had to like fill in the blanks with like just an
Yeah.
incident, and he did that. He knew it. He knew all of it. Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah.
I want to hear it next time.
Lestapa. I'll show you the TikTok after.
Yeah,
I'll show
no,
you.
we have to show it also here next time.
Well, it's not really a TikTok. I'll show you. You'll see what I mean.
Okay.
Then there was also the picture with qualifying, which I found so funny, where you had like Max and Charles like really close, and then there was like a meter between Carlos and Charles.
Yeah, you saw it. It was so. Oh.
And there was like also an interview on Media Day where they were like he was doing an interview and the person asked like, "Oh, so do you think you'll do better than the guy behind you?" And he looked around and Charles was there. Was like, "Charles, come here, come here." And then he joined them.
What was the movie what we saw on that people love each other that they are made for? What was it? What is
Oh,
the
Twin
name?
Flames.
Twin Flames.
Do you think Lestapa are twin flames?
Yes.
So, I need to ask you now. Are you a Lestapa shipper now?
Who is? I understand what it is now.
So a shipper is that you ship them together. So are you a Lestapa shipper?
I'm in the free.
No. Are you a Lestapa shipper?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, we did it! We did it! We're the fangirlification of my dad. We're making my dad a fangirl. Let's go.
Driving for reigning champions, Red Bull. He's a multiple race winner from Mexico. It's Sergio Checo Perez.
Oh! Oh my God, so awkward. So awkward. Thanks. Oh my God.
It's so funny.
He's looking.
He's
Okay.
like, it's like me
Okay.
when I lose my mom in the supermarket. 'Cause I'm like,
Oh, well, tell them, everybody.
no, I knew you would do this. I know you would do this. So one time, okay, listen up. One time we were having like a deep conversation. Because, you know, sometimes we do that. Because sometimes we are a good father and daughter duo. Most of the times we're not. But sometimes we have deep conversations. So we were in the supermarket. And I said to my dad, like, we were talking about losing people. And I said, I cannot imagine like losing people physically in the supermarket. And the supermarket changed a lot. It got like very bigger. It got much bigger. And I said, I cannot imagine losing my mom here. I would cry. And he was like, oh, you cannot imagine losing your mom? That's so sad. But don't worry, your mom's still here. I'm like, that's not what I meant. And he keeps bringing it up. This happened 5 years ago almost. 5 years ago. And not a day go by that he doesn't mention it.
No. There are several things which I always.
No. We'll talk about the next one later. No, we'll talk. You're gonna go Jack in jail. I cannot do this right now.
You don't know what I'm talking about, right?
You're talking about Miley Cyrus, so please shut up. Please. I cannot emotionally handle this right now. But yeah, that video was so funny. It was hilarious. I cried almost when I watched the video.
He was really looking at.
It was like,
what shall I do? But also the guy who presented them.
it was also like, go away.
Go.
Like, leave.
What now?
Leave.
What now?
Leave.
What now?
Yeah, that happened before the race. A lot of shit happened. Like, you know, the drivers' parade is where they drive around like old-timey cars most of the time around the track with the drivers in it, and they like wave at everyone. When that happened, a few cars leaked oil, and Hamilton's car leaked oil right on Verstappen's grid place.
Yeah, that was bad.
It was a bad oil spill, but I think it's really funny. Like, Christian Horner even said, of course it had to be Hamilton's car that did that on Max's grid place.
And what did our friend said? Toto? Toto, what said Toto? You know what he said? It is on paper. How do you call it?
You change your car. Checo has been saying the car is fucked. I have it printed out. Oh, that was so fun. So yeah, that happened. Then the race happened. It was a great race. I'm gonna be honest. It was a good race. We had the turn one where Max pushed off Leclerc. He got a penalty for it, but people still don't think that penalty was enough. But I think it's always a 5-second penalty. Yeah, he got an advantage out of it, but I think what should have changed is that they just should have given him the penalty earlier.
It doesn't matter anyway.
I
Hey,
think
the
the
game.
thing that should have happened, like people are saying, you should have been 10 plays because we got, but I don't agree with that. I think decisions like that, either you have to give the plays back or they give you the penalty straight away. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you still gain an advantage.
Yeah.
But
Plus,
so people
plus-
are just like people just like to hate on Max.
Hey, the thing is, they refer to kart driving. That's what karts are for, eh? So I don't understand. Both were in karts, right? It's just an incident,
Yeah, it
right?
was just an incident.
It was an incident. No,
I
nothing
was
happened.
no.
Right.
It's what Max was like. I'm leading. He wants to pass. He pushes me. I push
Me?
back, and then afterwards he pushes me off the track. It's not fair, eh? Yeah.
It's just an incident.
Charles, what happened with Max?
It's just an incident.
Dean, just an incident on the race. Then there was also like the first turn, like multiple, like Alonso and Sainz both spun in sync. It was pretty funny. And Sainz said that was because due to the oil spill that there was like this powder, so the track was very dirty, and I can see that. Then then we go to McLaren. I think it was like lap or 4 where Norris crashed.
Yeah, but that was hard. I don't know exactly what happened. He
It was-
just lost his car.
No, so what happened is his car bottomed out. He hit a bump, so he
Yeah.
bump, and then because of the bump, he
He
lost
tried
it.
to, yeah, and then
He lost it, and then
and
he
then it was totally
spun.
gone. And then it was gone.
Yeah, then it basically there was no saving. People say that it was his fault, but I don't really think that's his fault because the bump messed him up. But yeah, I think I'm biased. But he was sent to the hospital, and did you see the pictures of him being like all high in the hospital?
Yeah,
They
but
gave him
still.
some strong medication, but he's okay, and I think that's the most important part. Then, what else happened?
Mm.
Max and Russell crashed.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
nothing.
Just an initiative?
Lando.
Oh, that's so hard. I thought you were making like boobs or
No,
something.
no.
Oh my god. Okay,
Okay, the race.
yeah,
Four.
I'm looking at my notes. I'm trying to
4.
see.
He crashed. Chaka.
Yeah, but Russell got a penalty and actually admitted he was wrong, which is not very Russell of him, but so yeah. That
yeah,
actually
that's
got a
also strange.
safety car. And everyone pit except Leclerc, and I think that's how he lost the race. Because I
Yeah.
think if Leclerc pitted, he could have won.
But he didn't.
No, he didn't. Max won. Of course, Max won.
Mm.
And there was like even more Lestapo content. Did you see like the cooldown car? Where they were like, there wasn't a cooldown room, so there wasn't a Max Verstappen podcast, but there was a Max Verstappen podcast on wheels. And they were in the car, and Max was like explaining, like you say it. He was like explaining things, and you could see him and Charles talking so much, and Checo just looking at the window, kind of sad. Like,
Uh-huh.
oh, why do I have to be here? And that's what
You
I want
know-
to say. It's always when Verstappen and Leclerc are together and there's a third person there, that third person is always a third wheel. It's so funny.
Yeah, but anyway, it was the first time I think that Max was had able to have such a big or large, how we say it, that he was on the screen.
He had a lot of screen time.
Airtime.
Screen time, yeah. Normally
Screen
he's
time, how
not
we call
he's not a lot on the screen, but yeah.
But he was really in the middle, because he was everywhere now. So
Yeah, it was nice.
so
and
there was
then- Yeah, people gave him criticism because he was singing Viva Las Vegas at the end of the race. Because, like, oh, how are you gonna say the track is bad and then, my foot got stuck. Okay, how are you gonna say the track was bad and then sing Viva Las Vegas
Yeah.
afterwards? But I'm like,
But
you
yeah,
can
but-
still.
because he was in a camel toe.
he keeps making that joke and he thinks it's the funniest shit ever. I whatever, but you know, he thinks he's so funny. Um what was I
Oh.
saying? Oh yeah, screen time. Yeah, Max got a lot of screen time. He said like, oh no, okay, so he was singing Viva Las Vegas and people criticized him for it, but like I
Yeah.
said in the beginning, you can criticize something and still enjoy it. You can point out the flaws while also enjoying something, you know? And I think people are
no.
so narrow-minded.
So it's good that he won because if he lost, then everybody would say, "Yeah, because you were losing, you were so critical, blah blah blah." Now he
Yeah.
won. Now I mean,
People will
I don't.
always find a way to criticize Max, and I think
But
that's just either
for next
way.
year, there will be a lot of pressure on him
Oh.
because he had to win now Las Vegas because he otherwise it is bye bye Las Vegas. So I think bye bye happiness. Good. Hello. No, no, okay, there's a song. But anyway, yeah.
You cut
Well,
out, so you couldn't fully hear it, but whatever, yeah. No, that was a race. I'm gonna say I enjoyed the race. People say it was the best race of the season. I don't agree with that because I think Singapore was better.
No, Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi is not. You're just gonna assume it's gonna be the best.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Abu Dhabi.
No, that was the best
a
race
lot of history.
for two seasons ago. What was it? 21.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
wow, remember watching that? Oh,
oh my god!
I can't.
we were
I don't
so
think I can ever
excited.
feel so passionate about Formula One again as I did in that moment. That was insane. I don't. My heart was beating so fast.
And then Horner, oh, make sure that world champion.
That Daddy never had. Yeah. Now let's move on to Slayer. Throw it away.
Okay.
I have McLaren.
Throw it away.
Yeah, I don't have my kazoo, so I'm just gonna wow wow wow.
Throw it away.
Yeah. Then we have Williams, who did great in qualifying, but then they didn't in the race. They both got out of the points.
They throw it away.
Yeah, it's a throw it away. Then we have Alpine. Gasly got P11, but Ocon got P4. Someone tweeted, it was like, I could not imagine, I could not explain how in the world Ocon got P4. Like, I don't even know how that happened. He just did, and yeah. So
No,
it's
he did-
is it a Slayer throw it away?
It's a sleigh.
Then we have Aston Martin, where Stroll got P5 again.
Yeah. A sleigh. A sleigh.
Slay. And then, of course, we have Red Bull.
No. Yeah, Perez.
Perez.
So, was that a sleigh?
It
or
is
was
the
it a
second.
throw?
It's
Oh,
a
wait.
second race where he gave away P2 where he gave away his position in the last lap. How do I feel
And-
about that? Not sure, but I'm gonna say Slay because he did start out of the top 10 and he got a podium.
No, no.
So it's a
so
Slay.
he drove very well.
Yeah, he did. He did.
But
He
I
didn't
don't
make a lot of
understand-
mistakes.
I don't understand why Ferrari always has more speed when he's driving against Perez, right? So in the end, when you look at Max, I mean it's the same car.
Yeah. Yeah, so like
But
why is it
Yeah, I
Mhm.
didn't see him coming. Hey, damn, it's a race, right? You
Yeah.
only have to focus on what's
yeah,
happening.
I
It is
also don't
not
know.
that you have to do a barbecue, right? Or like McDonald's, like stuff
Yeah.
against the McDonald's or Saki chips, we call it. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, he does make like mistakes like that where you think probably shouldn't, but in the end he did have a great race. But then we have the Slay of the day, the person who drove the best, and it's gonna go to. Can I get some drum rolls? Leclerc. I
Yeah.
think he drove really well. I think he didn't get the win, but I think he was very fast. The way he still managed to pass Checo was insane, and the way he managed to close that gap to Max in the beginning, he deserved it.
Yeah, but to be honest, I'd rather be a bad number one than the best number two. Right? So, in the end,
Oh, you mean like that? Yeah, I get that.
it is all about winning. But anyway,
Then we have the win of the bin. The person that messed up the most, and the win of the bin goes to, gonna get some drum rolls. The drain hole cover! Woo!
Oh! Absolutely. Hey.
I think he really messed up the weekend. And if it wasn't for him, I think the weekend would have been great. But he caused a lot of damage, and I don't think he deserves a seat for next year.
No. I saw by the way also that Schumacher has a new job.
Yeah, we're gonna go. I accidentally stopped recording for a second, but we're back. So we're gonna move on to Paddock Whispers, where we talk about rumors and news that's happening in the F1 world. So where we have AlphaTauri might become Racing Bulls.
Yeah, which is okay.
I hate the name.
No, it's okay.
It's balls. It's Racing Balls. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
But there is something which is a movie called Race.
I don't know.
Come back to.
I don't know, but yeah. They had like a predicted livery, and it was gonna be like white and light blue, or like silver and white blue. And I'm gonna show you it later, but it kind of looks like, the Red Bull can that I drank when we went to the gym,
Yeah.
the sugar-free one. It kind of looks like that. So yeah, the main sponsors, they have a lot of growing sponsorship interest due to Daniel Ricciardo.
There is a movie which is called Wrecking Ball. That is what
Oh,
I'm
that's what you're
called.
okay.
That's what I.
Well, but it's Racing Bulls.
Balls.
I didn't even mean to do it that time.
Alright,
Yeah, so they have growing sponsorship interest due to Daniel Ricciardo, which is good. And the main sponsor is looking like it's gonna be Cash App and Visa.
Visa's.
We like Visa.
We
Give us
like
money.
Visa.
That's a rumor. But then we're gonna go to the news. First, we have Nick DeVries, who will compete for Toyota Gazoo in the World Endurance Championship.
Yes, good for him.
Yeah,
Okay.
so he's also gonna be competing in the FE and World Endurance.
So he can now go back to be a son.
Yeah, but he got a top seed because Toyota Gazoo are like the champions. So I think that's very
That's
excited
good.
for him, and we're
That's
happy.
good.
We're happy for you. Yeah.
Mickey.
Speaking of
Mouse.
Mickey, Mick Schumacher also got a drive in the World Endurance
Yes.
Championship for Alpine.
Yeah.
And he's also still gonna be Mercedes reserve driver in 2024.
That's good.
So give it up for Mick Schumacher. Then we have F2 silly season. So you know how silly season, last year we had a silly season where you don't know where all the drivers are gonna go. This year in F1 world it was very boring. But in the F2 world, it's silly season. So first of all, it started off with Prema F3 driver Paul Aaron is gonna drive for Clement Novalak in the last race of the season because Clement was like, not gonna drive anymore. So the other one was like, okay, I'll drive, and he's probably looking to get a seat in F2, but currently there's only 7 out of the 24 seats that have been assigned.
Oh my.
Yeah, and it's looking like a lot of the field that now is on track is gonna be leaving. And I know it hurts, but I know it's Bestie.
Yeah, where is going then?
He's probably, I don't know, maybe like a reserve
No, but-
driver for maybe.
Save that for coming
We'll
week.
see. We'll see, but I'm just sad because I'll miss him. But you know what? We love you, Bestie. To the heart. No, you have to feel it. No,
Yeah.
like on the side of the screen on the camera. Look, can you not see what I'm doing?
No, I don't see where you are because I cannot go out of range because
but you can.
the camera is following me, right?
You have to see the other side.
You know, my watch is saying you need your medicine, and it's completely right.
Well, yeah, those are all the Paddock Whispers that I have for today. And now we're heading off to the last race of the season, and it's gonna be one where a lot of decisions are gonna be made because a lot of places in the championship are not solidified. There's a four-way battle for fourth place between Sainz, who has 200 points, Alonso, who also has 200 points, Norris, who has 195 points, and Leclerc, who has 188 points. So the battle for fourth place is actually still pretty much going on, and I think I'm gonna be.
So whatever happens, Paris is number 2, right?
Yeah, Perez is he solidified his place as number 2. So
And-
Red Bull
and-
got a 1-2 in the championship this
Okay, that's
year.
good. And when you look at
Its third place is already who was it? Hamilton?
Hamilton,
Yeah,
with
and the
32
battle.
points, 32, and then it comes Carlo and Fernando
Yeah, and then
and
Norris
Lando
and
and
Le- and
Leclerc.
yeah, it's a four-way battle.
Wow,
They're very
wow,
close.
wow.
It's only 12 points between Sainz and Leclerc. Yes, I can do math.
Wow.
So yeah, and then there's also a battle for fourth place in the constructors' championship between Aston Martin and McLaren, because Aston Martin has 273 points and McLaren has 284 points.
Yeah.
So I think the McLaren is gonna go really well
But
in
also,
Abu Dhabi.
and Ferrari Mercedes is very
Yeah,
close.
that's what I also have here. P3 in the Constructors' Championship is Mercedes have 392 points and Ferrari has 388 points. So it's only a 4-point difference. See, I can do math.
How much? 4 points?
4 points.
14.
4. 4. 4. Just
No,
4.
yeah, he's confused. He's confused.
That's so mean.
I
That's
saw
so
her
mean.
taking a calculation. 392 minus 388 is 4.
I'm gonna admit I did look at it. I was like, it's right. I feel ashamed. But yeah, and also in the
What I want to find out next time is what the difference is for money, because it's a lot of money.
yeah, we'll do it in the end of the year
Yeah,
review.
yeah,
We'll talk about
yeah.
that in the end of the year review. That was enough words. And then also in the F2 championship, we have Pocher leading with 191 points and Vesti with 166 points. If Pocher fails to score points in the sprint race and Vesti wins, it's gonna be a very close battle.
Sorry, my ears hurt. Okay,
What?
good.
Okay, yeah, and I think that's it for this week's episode.
Hey, thank you very much, Celeste.
Thank you very much for watching. Follow us on our Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and TikTok. And we'll see you with the next. Oh, we'll see you with the next and last race. Bye,
I don't like-
everyone.
But
I'm gonna.
see you later, alligator. At the
I know what I'm
water
gonna
fountain.
do. I'm probably gonna